All right, shower is completed. That's not okay.
Oh, I just saw the gnat again.
That's not okay, in my opinion. Oh! Today I will be a plus size influencer who has died. That is crazy.
This video is so raw, you guys. Fuck.
Damn, what a real bitch is that?
Hey there, YouTube. It's me, Hens, and I'm back here with Amberlynn. This is Let's Talk number 7, and it's 21 minutes, 28 seconds. The title is The Awful Truth Behind the Hate Community and Rarity Update. Let's Talk episode 7. So, first off, she was never going to talk about Rarity on her channel again, and she wasn't really going to talk about her pets ever again. But also, the awful truth behind the hate community. What's the hate community, Amber? I started off by watching Zachary Michael, and I thought they were too hard on you. But then I came to understand better why they were reacting to you, and I understood that they were actually being really kind to you, and that maybe you needed a tougher stance to really help you see where you're at in the world and where you're at in your own life. But it still hasn't helped with all of the reaction channels and the feedback from the community. You call it the hate community, but it's really just the community that you've built up yourself around your channel. Let's start this reaction.
Hello, welcome to another Let's Talk video. So today I'm just wearing my comfy Nightmare Before Christmas. It's not Halloween.
Yes, so Eugenia Cooney coded. I love it for you.
Nor Christmas, but it is comfy. All right, you guys, let's get straight into sweet and sour. Tina Ozuna 3459 said, "Crazy you still blame Beck." So I was simply just responding to a rumor where people were like, Beck.
No, Amber, you were not. You were not just responding. You were not. You were specifically saying that they held you back and intentionally did it to you. You were actively blaming them for something that you're the only person who's responsible for. You're the one who has every responsibility in the world to get yourself to the doctor if you feel like anything is wrong. And it's not anybody else's responsibility to provide transportation to you.
Urged you to go to the doctor about your bleeding. I was responding to that with, that's not true. Wasn't blaming, just clarifying. K. Marie Singer said, "Love your hair, you look gorgeous." Thank you so much.
You must be blind.
I greatly
or going there.
appreciate that.
I can totally relate.
I've been trying to work very hard on my hair lately. Even my mom, the last time I saw her, was like, "What have you been using on your hair? It just looks so much healthier." So
Nothing. I'm just natural. I'm beautiful like this. Look at me.
People are noticing. It is very much a sad point because I do love my hair, but with age, going through menopause at such an early age, like my hair has like just gotten bad. So I'm trying my hardest over here.
I don't think being 34 causes most women to have bad hair. I don't think that.
Emma Matson said, "Beck is not even on the internet at the moment, and all you do is talk about your exes. Do you not have anything more interesting to talk about?" For one, I don't care if they're on the—
No, she doesn't. And this little smug face, and yet she doesn't like other people. Remember when she came on telling everybody to stop talking about Mama Lynn? She's not on camera. Stop talking about her. Remember that shit? But you've talked about her and also put her on camera as a character. Interesting.
on the internet or not. They poked, I'm responding. They have a whole channel talking about me, responding to questions.
You said you were responding to a rumor, not responding to Beck. So how did they poke you? How did they poke you in this instance? What?
Questions about me, watching and responding reaction channels about me. Like, it's just about me, about me, about me. I have hundreds of things that I talk about. Exes are included.
You don't have hundreds of things. You have about 12.
They opened the floodgates and pretty much said sink or swim, and I chose to swim. Everyone talks about my
Amber, you can't swim. Did you ever take swimming lessons? I doubt it.
exes, and if anyone has the
Especially since you said you were 300 pounds by like 10 or 12.
right to, it would be me. They laid next to me in bed, not you. Nicole said, "I hope you're okay, Amber. I love your makeup and hair." Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. It seems like more people are being sweet in the comments.
No, it just seems like you're choosing these people. That's all it is.
For my sweet and sour, and it's definitely appreciated, and it's not going unnoticed at all.
Plus, it's not one continuous recording where she just shows the shuffling of the videos. She keeps cutting out the time in between, so we don't even know what happens, how she actually does it.
All right, you guys, now it is time for Sip and Community.
Yay.
There's no point because you don't actually pick any of these questions. Every single question that I pick is on here. Let's talk about the 5-pack of cookies that you bought at Cracker Barrel. I already responded to this, so you should watch my way
So
interview,
then
or
why
we
are
can
you
remember how to
talking about it? If you already talked about, then why are you talking about it? Shut up.
in my live stream. So I am getting a ton of questions about one set topics.
I
I'm just
have
gonna answer
100 things that I can talk about, guys. I'm just so interesting and diverse in my interests. I just leave my apartment like once every week or two, and I just have so many things that I do on that one day. That one magical day outside of my apartment. Yeah.
answer it as like a full statement here. A lot of people think that I can't afford my medication. I can. Why did you buy Mr.
Oh, so you were just trying to extort money out of people who make far less money than you. Oh. Oh.
Snowflake's information? Never have I ever done that. Why don't you show the scale anymore? I weigh myself naked. Do you think 34 is an acceptable age to be behaving the way you do? Yeah. Why was Beck's health your responsibility, but your health wasn't theirs? Let the hate commence for having a differing opinion.
She knows that they asked when they asked about the scale, they weren't asking why don't you show the scale? You haven't shown the scale in years. They were saying why don't you show the segment where you're weighing yourself? And that's bullshit. Because she wasn't showing her physical self in those other clips. She was pointing her camera up at the ceiling. So why can't you do that now?
Opinion. Oof. Why is it everyone else's job to take you to the ER and to make you doctor's appointments? No one has
It's not. I just wanted them to.
ever made me a doctor's appointment. I make them myself. So that's kind of a weird statement. And asking
Wow. You missed the part about taking you to the doctor's appointment.
why everyone has to take me to the ER. I mean, if you're in a relationship and your partner needs to
Your mommy has to take you to the ER at 34.
go to the ER, wouldn't you take them too? You sound like a shitty person, actually.
Amber. This is cringy. The same face that you're making is the same face that I feel for you right now. It's embarrassing.
Just saying, how do you not understand how beautiful you actually are? That was sweet.
These people. And her just gobbling it up. Amber, I think at this point, some people realize that the only time you're going to read their things is if it sounds like that. And the fact that you take every single one as if they're equally just adding up your positivity and then just making you so much more beautiful. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So I wanted to include that one, thank you. But probably because society tells me I'm ugly and disgusting and gross. Are you
You're ugly because you're a disgusting person. You don't bathe. You are gross.
going to give refunds to your members for not going live for a full 2 hours this Tuesday night? I have gone live for the full 2 hours. Every single time I've done it. But I think there was one time I did go live for only an hour and 57 minutes, but that's because I wasn't feeling good mentally at all. All right, you guys, now it is time for the interview.
If you could erase one rumor about yourself forever, but had to
Wow, you couldn't go to a quiet room before you decided you were going to record? Really?
replace it with another one, even if it's a fake rumor, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a really good question. That's unique.
No, it's
No one's
not.
ever asked that before. So I would erase the rumor that I'm lying about the relationship I had when I was a teenager, and I'd replace it with
Aww. Yeah, you would want that to go away. Where you said that Casey, who was a minor, assaulted you after you moved into his family's apartment. Right. And then you used that story as a sob story to move into Crystal's home and then took over everything. And then subsequently did the same thing with every single partner you've ever had.
something stupid. Let's say the rumor could be that I never went to college, even though I did. Same person sent another question.
My second
You went to college for one semester, and that's the part she's leaving out because everybody who's new wouldn't know that.
one is if you could trade lives.
She's trying to make it seem like she has like a college degree or something. I don't understand what this insecurity is, Amber. You didn't go to school because you didn't like it and you didn't fit in with it. That's a thing for people. It's not necessary that you fit into school and succeed. If you can like actually find a trade or a job that you have a career in, but you didn't try.
With any reaction channel, who would it be and why? Do you think that you would react to the criticism of being a reaction channel, constructive way or in a destructive way?
Wow, I love your questions because they're so unique. So already right off the bat, if I was a reaction channel, I would 100%
They're so
be a reaction
unique.
channel that was constructive. I would not be rude. I wouldn't be like mean, because when
Amber, every time you react to anybody, if they're slightly critical of you, you get super defensive, then you get angry, and then you get attacky.
Zachary Michael actually came back to YouTube, I was actually live streaming when it happened, and I reacted to him. And even though he has been awful to me, he has hurt me, he's made me feel like shit, like has spent years
Even though I'm just not that kind of person, you guys. I would never.
just capitalizing off of my pain, my problems, my issues, monetizing that on his channel, like all the mocking he's done
As opposed to you doing it. Right.
and the degrading and just making me feel like crap. I'm allowed to feel that way, but that's not the point. Even though he's done all that, like
Zachary Michael has repeatedly said, do not watch their content. They've said their content is not for Amberlynn. Specifically, it is not for Amberlynn. She watches it because she wants to know what's going on.
I reacted in a constructive way, and I actually was very like understanding and compassionate, and I related to him in a lot of ways.
Compassionate is not one word that I would ever use for Amber. It's not something that comes natural to Amber, and it's not something that she's worked on to develop as a skill. That's why she doesn't do it.
Is when it comes to like mental health and such, and I feel like that's exactly how it would be as a reaction
And
channel. If I
such.
could trade lives with any reaction channel, I would only do it if it's for one day, because if it's forever, like no, I'm good. I would
She doesn't understand what any of our lives are. That's the problem. Even the reaction channels that are more open about their actual lives outside of YouTube, it doesn't translate to her because she doesn't have any experience. She doesn't understand what it means to be an adult and just do things. Just go somewhere and do something. So in 2017, I went to Europe on a solo like backpack trip for my birthday, and I did it for 9 days. I went from the Netherlands to Belgium to Germany to Czech Republic to Italy, all on my own. Just, it was very hard, but it was fun. And it was for my birthday. So I really put in a lot of effort to having a good time and making sure that I understood that, like, I wasn't like in danger. I was actually just going places. The only place I felt uncomfortable was Czech Republic because I stuck out. But other than that, it was fun. And Amber's never had any experience like that where she just goes and does something on her own or with other people. The things that she does are things that she's invited to because she doesn't have any core interests herself.
would probably trade lives with Jordy, and he is someone that I have not watched since the beginning of January, and it is so
Obsessed.
freeing, but I just have a couple questions that I want answered, you know?
Hey,
Why you so obsessed with Jordy?
Amberlynn, oh my god, I love your channel so much. I
Aw.
love your videos so much. Please never stop uploading.
Oh, thank you.
But I just wanted to ask, if you could wake up tomorrow at your goal weight, do you think that your mindset would change, or would the mental struggles that you have still be there?
What? Are you stupid? Are you fucking stupid?
So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for the question. And I definitely
Even Twinkie was like, is this bitch for real? Like, what?
think that the struggle would still be there. 100%.
Duh.
Okay, sorry to
Duh.
I literally was like on the train for so long. But anyway, I have two questions for you, but I'm gonna send them as two different voicemails or voice messages, so that if you decide you want to answer like one or not the other or whatever, you don't have to do any like weird editing. You can just like pick whichever question you want to answer, and then you can, I don't know. I'm trying to make it easier for you.
Shut up.
Okay, she sent another.
So my first question, back in like December, I remember you did like an interview for like an article,
Mhm.
and it was supposed to come out in December or something, but you did like an interview for an article that kind of just like disappeared. Like, what's the tea on that?
For
Where did that
real?
go? When is that coming out? I was like low-key really interested.
For real, I did so much work for it, and they just didn't even publish it. She has like actual stress on her face.
Where did that go?
Okay, so I'll respond to your next question after this one, and I'm wondering the same thing. Like, where is it? I haven't been contacted or anything. I haven't gotten any updates, haven't heard about it.
She's actually mad.
I think people found out like who the interviewer was, and I'm afraid that maybe they were her.
Nobody mentioned who the person was, and I don't think that they did do that. Like, if they did, it would have been mentioned on reaction channels, and nobody said anything that I remember.
harassed or something, because that's always what happens. Like something good
That's
happens.
always what happens. Something good happens to me and they have to ruin it. It's just like with my weight loss doctor. I was so gonna get weight loss surgery, and then they contacted the doctor. They doxed the doctor. Oh my god, the public doctor.
To me, or even just like mediocre, the haters know how to ruin it. This has happened. I can't even tell you how many times. I have been contacted for like sponsors so many times, but I never do any of it.
What? Amber. Amber. Nobody can do anything about your sponsors. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? If they find out about your audience and that's why they don't want to work with you, that's one thing. It's not somebody, like, nobody's going and contacting these people. Like, what are you talking about?
I decided to do it one time, and it was a journaling company, like a notebook slash journaling company. I literally
As
just did the
if
company one
Mead.
time
Mead is going to sponsor Amberlynn.
and said how I was sponsored, because you're supposed to let your audience know that you're sponsored when you do something. And the company got literally harassed, and they had to let me go.
Literally.
So it just sucks. I feel like it could be very much one of them situations for sure.
You guys have to let me know if that actually happened. I've never heard of anything like that. She's just inventing new lore now.
Sure. All right, so let's continue your questions.
And then my second question, which is like a little less like serious, I guess, is if you could own any pet that like you're not allowed to own, like a lion or like I don't know, a sloth, like something crazy, what pet would you have? Like what like restricted pet would you have? I always think that's a fun
What
question.
the fuck?
But yeah.
People who think like this is stupid. This is actually stupid because you're ignoring the part about the taking care of the pet. Like, there's a reason most animals cannot be taken care of in captivity. And there's another reason why we can't domesticate or even tame most animals. It's because they're wild animals and it takes thousands of years to do so. Like, stupidity is why people have lions as pets.
It is a fun question.
Anyway, love you. Been watching your videos
Aww.
for like 8 years now. It's like literally crazy. Like I've literally been watching you for so long. Love you.
I love you.
Hope you're doing okay. And
The only example I can think of really is foxes, where we've been able to domesticate them within a short period of time, multiple times. And it might be possible to have long-term domesticated foxes relatively quickly, but that's also because they're very smart.
love from Canada. I'm Canadian. Love
Oh.
from Canada.
Oh my god, you're genuinely so sweet. Thank you so much. And instantly, it would be a deer. A deer is actually my favorite animal. I love deer
I hope you let it go play in a meadow and it comes back to you. And you don't make sure that it's free of parasites.
so much. I think they're so cute. Like, I genuinely cannot.
Limon disease?
So it would definitely be a deer.
Hey girl. I was just wondering how you deal with maybe moments that you're embarrassed of that you've filmed and posted on the internet, or the one particular clip that's in my mind is the beanbag.
The one particularly clip.
How do you deal with that? I feel like once it's on the internet, people just clip the shit out of that and then it's immortalized forever. I've had moments as a big gal where people have said some strange shit to me in public and I just want to curl up.
See, this is why I think that most of her fans are actually overweight and have been for most of their lives. And that's sad that they see her as an idol or somebody to aspire to be like. And I think it's just that they have this idea that her lifestyle is so nice. She's a pampered, cared for woman, basically, at the dime of her audience. And she expects her members to even pay for her medication, even though she said in this video, I don't need them to pay for my medication. And then, yet, you said that you did. Interesting. And yet, these fools believe that you like them, that you love them.
Seen by the light of day again. I just can't imagine having that replayed over and over and over again. Do you ignore it? Do you not even? Maybe you don't even know. Love you, girl. I really do.
Oh, thank you.
Ew.
And honestly,
Ew.
like, okay, I feel like I have so much to say to this. So first of all, I feel like I don't really get made fun of in public. I don't know. That might just be a me thing. I don't notice it really. Sometimes people be looking at me, but I always am like, do they know me from YouTube?
No, because most people don't give a fuck if you're fat. They don't even care if you're morbidly obese. At this point, it's relatively common in America that people are obese. And it's kind of sad that it's gotten to this point, but that's what it is. And Amber doesn't leave her apartment enough to know that, to see how actual overweight people, maybe in like intimate relationships, there's still that tension. But I don't think in general people are openly mocking others like that. And it's not considered socially acceptable to mock people in general for their physical aspects, you know? And at least not like to their face, unless you're actively bullying them. And then you don't do that casually to some stranger, as an adult at least. And Amberlynn doesn't interact with adults, so she doesn't know that.
Because 9 times out of 10, if someone is staring hardcore, eventually they are like, I recognize you. I saw you on TikTok. I saw you on YouTube. It's never like, damn, that bitch is big. Like, yes, through my life.
Oh my god, it's the Two Chips girl. Oh my god, can I have your autograph?
I have been very much fat shamed in public. It was a lot worse as like a teenager and as a kid. But as an adult, like it doesn't happen as much. And that whole beanbag in a hurry situation type deal, I still to this day do not think that that guy was talking about me. I could be wrong.
Who else was he talking about? What other beanbag did you see moving in a hurry?
I don't know, but they all were like in a deep conversation. So I think it might be just one of them situations where it just sounded good at the time. I genuinely don't think that someone would just be like, yeah, damn, look at that beanbag in a hurry. That like genuinely also just doesn't make any sense. But I could be wrong. And if I am wrong, it's literally just.
It was referring to the fact that your whole appearance kind of pools in your feet. Your legs are bigger than your top. That's where most of your weight is in your gut and in your legs. Like, we can see it.
A classic example of fat phobia and fat shaming and being made fun
It's
of
not.
for your body for no reason.
Well, I mean,
and the fact
kind of, but also it's still not really.
that the internet has like literally glamorized that clip just proves, like I've always
Glamorized.
said, that I am entirely fat shamed way too much
Whereas you want to be glamorized for dipping your pizza in some Doritos. That's what you want to be glamorized for, right?
online.
Right?
And people have somehow made it okay.
Hi, I'm
Yeah.
big
Somehow.
fan here from Italy. I
Somehow.
have been following you since 2018, and sort of really enjoyed watching your progress throughout the years. And I'm sorry to see that.
Is that supposed to be sarcastic? I mean, she sounds kind of British, so maybe?
You're not doing so well, but hopefully you can find someone to sort of keep you motivated and going to achieving all your goals that you've got for yourself. My question for you is, if or maybe when you finally get to whatever goal it is that you've got for your life, whether it's a certain weight that you want to go down to,
Or not British, but like they learned English from a British school, not from an American one.
or any achievements that you want to get, how are you going to reward yourself? Are you going to go on a big trip somewhere, or are you going to move somewhere to your dream place? Yeah, what's the ultimate goal?
I'm gonna move to LA and become a star. They're gonna love me. They're gonna love my story. You know? I'm gonna make it big, like Maxine.
Honestly, like I said in my last Let's Talk, I really want to visit Las Vegas. I think that would just be a fun moment in time. But I don't know how I would reward myself once I've achieved my goal. I really have not thought about it, actually. I have flirted with the idea of like rewarding myself for like small achievements.
You should stop flirting.
So I will
Nobody likes that.
want to continuously meet those goals so
Weight loss is married. Don't flirt with it.
I can keep getting those rewards instead of just like one big reward at the end of it all, because it just seems so daunting.
OMG, I love you so much. They can never make me hate you. My name is Josie by Standards,
Talk about not having standards.
and I really love your channel. I've been watching you, I think, from the beginning. And my question to you is, from your entire journey on YouTube, what about your journey do you think people misunderstood? And how could you correct that? Like, how could you allow your audience to understand you better?
Everything and nothing. Like, that is my genuine response.
Yeah, because you're illiterate. You pretend like you have this huge repertoire of words that you can draw upon when you just need to describe your situation, and yet you always respond with hecticana. That's hectic. You guys, that's just not true. That is just lies from the community.
I have been misunderstood regarding everything, and I feel like it's done on purpose almost, and there is genuinely nothing I can do about it. I make these Let's Talk videos to talk about.
If you were actually articulate, you could actually sit down with all of the fucking time you have and write out a manifesto for your channel, for who you are as a person and who you think that you want to become. You could do that if you actually had words to describe those things, if you had goals in mind. if you had any experience to draw upon where you actually worked through a situation on your own merit and grew from it, if you actually had those things in your pocket, you would not be where you are right now, because you would not be so resistant to being helped. Because help is an essential tool for an adult, and you have to learn to accept it in order to grow.
Rumors and speculation, and people still believe what they want. Like the whole cookie thing, just as of recently, is a good example of that. They created a rumor. I talked about it in live stream and in a weigh-in.
It's not necessarily a rumor when none of us can prove that you can even get a single cookie. And people checked. They checked in person. They checked online in the DoorDash and Uber Eats apps. I checked my own local restaurant. You can't buy chocolate chip cookies. It's not even on the menu.
And still, in this video, I've had to talk about that rumor because they will continue to think whatever they want. They will think whatever is the most entertaining to the situation, whatever will make me look the worst. And there is nothing I can do about it at all.
Yeah, you can. And that's the thing, is she knows that that's not true. That's why she's smiling. She knows that that's not true. Because if you were actually living the life that you claim, just live that life. Tell us what you do and live that life. Don't tell us something that you're going to not do and then don't live that life and expect us to just clap like seals. Like, we're not.
Like, genuinely, I wish people understood me more, and I know there's a large.
I wish people were sycophants for me more. I wish they didn't question my everything that I say and do, because over time I've proven myself to be a liar by having actual videos called When I Lied, or all of the things I've lied about. Like, and that's the thing, is those weren't even clickbait things. Those were things that she had said that were not true. And they were little things from her channel, not big things. But they also alluded to the fact that she's willing to just say whatever to get through the situation because she doesn't want any criticism. And she said that openly on her channel.
Portion of people who do, and I appreciate you guys. I see you, I hear you, I feel you, and I will always be here.
Hey, Amber. Sorry if the question is a bit hectic, Hannah.
Oh gosh.
But I was wondering if you were to find out that Rarity
Also, so many people are British again.
has been found and adopted by someone else and is happy, is okay, she's safe, would you travel all the way back to Wisconsin to get her, or would you
Slow blink. I have to prevent myself from crying, can't you tell? I'm squishing up my face. That means I'm sad.
just let her live with a new family? I was just wondering. Right?
No, that's my baby, and if anybody takes her, I'm going to fight them. Somehow, I'm going to stand up for more than 5 minutes and fight them.
Bye. No, she would not get to stay with that family. Rarity is my child, my heart, and it's like, I know she misses me as much as I miss her, and I
don't think you can miss somebody if you're dead.
Think about her and miss her every single day. Like, literally just a couple days ago, I had a full-fledged breakdown because of it, and it eats me up inside every single day.
It's crazy.
Me and Tommy have spoken about this when it first happened and I came back home, that no matter what happened with me and Tommy, she would never give up looking for Rarity, and neither
Really? Even now?
will I. I'm still constantly and consistently on missing cat forums, etc., etc. And when Rarity is found, I will have her back in my arms. You know, it's almost like asking someone like, oh,
no.
You have a missing child? Okay, so when they're found, do you want them back? Like, of course I do. That is my child. That is my everything. That is my heart and my soul. And my family is not complete without her. Like, something super special was taken from me. I am not able to have.
Nothing was taken from you. You took Rarity to Wisconsin and lost her. You did. You did that. Nobody else. Nobody took her. Fate didn't come creep into the door. Come here, Rarity. I want you to come with me, Rarity. Death this way. And Rarity was like, sure, I'll go there. It's better than here. Is that really what you think?
Children. I'm not able to do that because of cancer and having a hysterectomy.
Oh, you can adopt. And look how she leans into the camera. I had cancer, you bitches. How dare you fucking talk about me not having kids. I want to have kids, and I want to have kids. It's my dream to be a mommy, to have a Rarity Gray. remember that she wanted to name her daughter Rarity Gray, and also that was a name that she wanted to give herself. So Rarity was always just a placeholder name for that cat. She doesn't care. And she doesn't care about having kids, except that she wants to have people that she thinks she can manipulate and boss around and never be questioned by. It's crazy. And she's one person that it's good that she can't have kids. Not with just because that's the thing is she thinks that having money and being a woman means that she should just be able to have a kid. She does. And to an extent, I understand professional women who want to just do that route, but that's not Amber. Amber wants the kid as an object.
Correct me. So I treat my fur babies like they're very much my children, like they came from me, and that is how I
You could adopt. You could even try to adopt a baby, but you don't want that. That's too much work.
feel like in my heart they're just everything to me. Like genuinely every day.
Well, guess what? Guess what? You're not going to have children.
They're what keeps me going.
Because nobody's going to adopt a child to you the way that you are. You, especially without a partner, are not fit to take care of a child. And that's why it's also so funny because somebody who went through the foster care system doesn't want to adopt a foster care kid, doesn't want to adopt an orphan. She doesn't want that because it's not from me. You sick narcissist.
Going. They have been my constant.
If you really were all about being a parent, that wouldn't matter if it's genetically yours. If your love stops there, you're not a genuine parent in terms of like the love that I would expect somebody like who's been through the circumstances that she's been through. She has no compassion for other people. And yet earlier in this video, she claimed to be so compassionate herself. It's crazy. She has no empathy towards people who have similar situations as her. Like, she doesn't want to rescue a kid who was born on drugs. Like, what? That's not even ever occurred to her because she doesn't care. She doesn't even think about that.
Almost a decade, all three of them. And a lot of people constantly were like, why would you take your pets to Wisconsin? It's because I knew I was going to be there for a pretty good length of time and I wouldn't just leave my children without me. And that's how I...
Yeah, you would. If you had something you wanted to go do and you had your mom, you would definitely do it.
View them, and I genuinely thought it was the right choice to take them with me, but something happened. Something bad happened due to that, and it's something...
Yeah, something. New people, don't ask me what it is. It's not me leaving the door open and totally not checking on it for hours.
Something that eats me up every single day.
Hey Amber, I've got like a would you rather question kind of thing.
Another British person.
Being able to go to space and explore space, or go to the bottom of the ocean and explore the bottom of the ocean. Bear in mind, like, there's no chance of you dying for either of them. I'm just intrigued what you would choose.
That's scary. They both sound super scary. Very, very scary. Oh my. So if I don't get hurt and I come out alive on both situations, I feel like I would probably go to space because it's like...
Really?
I have some questions. Is Earth...
Oh my god. Stupid ass biatch. Oh my god. I thought she was going to say ocean just because it means that she won't leave Earth and then she can come right back up and get more food. But also, for me personally, if it's just like a short trip and I can always make another trip to do something similar later on, I would choose to do the ocean dive just because ocean diving is super important to learn and map the bottom of the ocean floor, because like there's so much of the ocean that we don't understand in terms of ecosystems and how they actually can thrive with no solar energy. Like there's chemotrophs, which feed off of pure chemical energy or off of the chemical reactions that they do inside of their bodies, their cellular bodies or their multicellular bodies. And it's so cool. There's the tube worms that feed off of phosphorus and sulfur and toxic, noxious things that look like lava smoke. But they live just fine. And then there's crabs that can survive in hundreds of degrees of water because it's just like the static equilibrium they live in. It's crazy.
Earth flat or not? I'm just joking. All right, you guys, now it is time for tea or tail. Amberlynn is doctor shopping. No, that's not true. So I saw.
No, that's not true. The doctor told me no. And so I'm just going to a different doctor because I want them to tell me yes. And if they tell me no, then I'm going to go to a different doctor and they're going to tell me yes. And if they tell me no, I'm going to go to a different doctor. That's totally not doctor shopping.
All people thinking that was doctor shopping because the telehealth random company that I was trying to get a GLP-1 through declined me, denied me because of my past issues with my gallbladder. I should have just saw my primary.
She's like a mosquito in your ear.
Doctor to begin with. I have always got the compounded stuff. Get it through these little like telehealth companies, and you get it through med spas, which is what I did. But I was going for the real stuff, the Zepbound, the FDA approved stuff. And my
Give me that real stuff.
brain,
She's really just kind of sick.
like for some reason, was wired to thinking I had to go through these like telehealth places, and it's like my brain didn't even tell me.
Despite everybody in her audience telling her otherwise, including her own fans.
Amberlynn, just see your primary care doctor. Like it was like a little thought, like a tiny little one, but it wasn't like as obvious as it should have been. But the company that denied me actually suggested like maybe you should see your primary care doctor. So it was suggested by them. But regardless, I should have done that anyway. And if I was doctor shopping or just trying to get this medicine easily, if I was trying to just take a shortcut, etc., I would just go back to the med spa. I would just.
What? They probably wouldn't have you back, Amber. If you just abandon it because you don't want to continue and like you don't give positive feedback and you badmouth them online, I don't know. I don't know if they actually will still work with you.
Just go back to those telehealth companies that approved me like this and just wanted my money. But I want to do it the right way. So that's why I'm choosing not to do that. So this next rumor kind of correlates a little bit with the last one. Amberlynn doesn't even have a doctor. That's not true. I actually do have a doctor, and I've had the same one since I've been in Oklahoma.
What's his name?
So it's been almost 2
Just kidding.
years now. I get it. My life is boring, but I don't vlog every single thing in my life. Like literally since I've been home from Wisconsin, I have seen my doctor. It was just like a normal checkup. Amberlynn
didn't mention it, even though every time she goes out and does something like going to the doctor, she mentions it. She's even filmed inside of the doctor's office. Like, so what's the difference now, Amber? Is it because you got bad news? Everybody's been speculating about it, and she said that she's been hiding something, apparently, in her members-only stream. I still have to do a reaction to that. I'll probably do it tomorrow or Saturday.
doesn't need protein because she doesn't do anything. So protein is.
Nobody really thinks this. This is just something she's like extrapolating out of what somebody said randomly. Because they were saying you don't need the protein bars. She left off the bars. You don't need the protein bars because you're not doing anything. You're literally sitting on your fucking shelf ass, growing that ass because you're eating so much protein. Ugh.
It's not just for athletes. It's not just for people who.
It's also for bodybuilders in the other sense. People who are gaining. Yes. Feed me a bar.
Get up and exercise and go to the gym and do all this movement. Protein is for everyone.
Protein is for everyone. You guys should be eating more protein. I bet you're not getting enough protein. I bet I'm healthier than you. I get my target amount, do you? I'm better than you. I'm Amber. Jesus Christ.
Protein is for humans. It's for mammals. Everyone literally needs.
Protein is literally for most animals in general. Reptiles, insects even eat it. What are you talking about?
Needs protein. I'm not like some random species that doesn't need protein.
You are a random species.
Protein is super, super important.
Slime mold.
It helps with bone health, gives you strength and energy. And
I was gonna make a joke, but she is kind of doing weight training.
List literally goes on. But to make matters even worse, protein is even more important for people who have been through menopause. It helps with muscle loss. It helps with that slower metabolism.
Bitch, I think to be concerned about muscle loss, you should actually be up and moving around. Like, that's what they're talking about. People wasting their muscle away when they're actually needing it because they're moving around and doing stuff, not because they're sitting on their ass atrophying into puddles of fat.
Metabolism you get because of menopause. It helps with the density loss that you get. Protein helps with all of these things. And when you're losing.
I don't think you have a shortage of anything. If anything, you have too much of everything, and that's why it keeps converting into glycogen.
Weight, you sadly do lose muscle. So to help with that, eat that protein, drink that protein. It is very important. So we are about to get to bad choices, but I forgot to mention a very important one. Lack of protein equals hair loss, and I do not want any more of that. All right, you guys, it is now time for bad choices. So I've actually had people send me like videos and pictures, people that have this game, and they send me the responses, and I genuinely think it's like the cutest thing ever. Like, you guys are like literally adorable. I can't. All right, first one. Have you ever made a sex tape like with someone else?
Yes, I know you've made material. Most likely eating food.
No. For $100,000, would you spit on every new person you meet for a year?
Yes, she
No,
would.
I wouldn't. Like, that just sounds
Yes, she would.
extremely disrespectful. Plus, spitting on someone
No, she would. She would just be worried about dehydration.
is actually illegal. Random fact, I'm sure everyone knows that. If you were
Yes, it's a form of battery and assault, depending on where you live.
broke, would you keep a lost wallet full of cash even if the owner's ID is inside? Absolutely not. I've actually found a wallet before, and obviously
Aren't you such a good person that this person who has an excess of money, in her own words, wouldn't keep all of that stuff from somebody? So, especially when you yourself have lost a wallet that literally had everything in it, including your social security card. Like, it would be weird if she said yes, she kept it, and she thinks she's some angel.
when you find a wallet, you look inside to look for the ID, and when I saw the ID, I saw that there was cash in there. Didn't take a penny, and that was during my
Okay. And she really thinks that she's a good person because of that. Amber, that doesn't make you a good person. That makes you not a thief.
you and not heard it back. Yes. Have you ever injured yourself during sex? Yeah, I've like had like a pulled cramp and
Wow. This is more than I ever wanted to know.
you know, some other personal things. Anyways, that is the end of this video. Hope you guys
Yeah, she sprained her insides.
enjoyed. I hope you guys loved.
I'm so sorry, Twinkie, that you have to live with this.
I do.
It's so sad. So sad. Twinkie's so wrinkly now because she's so old and fat. I'm so sorry. So sorry, Twinkie. Let's read these comments. You need a major reality check. Yeah. She wasn't taken from you. It was your neglect. To the people who leave 10-minute long voice notes, please stop. Yeah, exactly. Smuglin is out in full force today. She doesn't want to do the weigh-ins anymore because she broke her scale. Show us your scale. Oh, I wonder. Or if she's above the weight limit. Protein is for everyone. Protein is for humans. That was stupid shit. I'm not convinced that you understand what fat phobia is. Can you explain to us why you talk so smug and high and mighty, like we're the ones who weigh 600 pounds? Smug and narcissistic as per usual. Why so smug? Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Where's your Fitbit? Watch her claim that it's broken, that it arrived broken. Zachary, don't give no F's about you anymore. He lost 600 pounds recently. You should ask how. Oh my god. Wow. She looks high AF. Yeah, kinda. Kinda. And that would explain the attitude change too, because she does get more like this when she's doing the delta. Let's read one more. I know shit floats, but do you think Big Al can swim? I don't think so. I don't think she ever learned. Like, and she'll claim, well, you know, I did used to go to the lake. She used to float, kind of. Remember the one clip where she's going down and Twinkie's like not about it, so she climbs up on her shoulder? I love it. If you like this reaction, leave a like, subscribe, and leave a wave or any kind of water that you want to. Talk to you later. Bye.